Hi friends, in this video we are going to see about the compare cloud services, which is like we are going to compare with the infrastructure as a service with platform as a service and software as a service. So this is very important. So I'm just making use of Microsoft official documentation, which is very good because they gave each and every details in detail. So I had earlier discussed, but this is little bit more I mean what we call descriptive and also useful to you, so that's why I came here. So let's see what are the mentioned points here. So if you see infrastructure as a service, so here you know, right, in cloud computing, in infrastructure as a service, so the responsibility of maintaining is more on customer itself, because you have a flexibility of choosing your virtual machine, your instance type, and you have an option to select RAM, storage, like that. All options are available. So you are responsible for the operating system also, like you need to update the security patches or performance patches. All you has to do. That's why this is called as infrastructure as a service, which we spoke earlier also. If you see, it is the most feasible category of the cloud services. It aims to give you complete control over hardware. So you have a complete control of cloud hardware with you. Okay, that is what about the infrastructure as a service. So instead of buying hardware, you can just try with the infrastructure as a service. That is like virtual machine. Okay, the virtual machine is one of the example for infrastructure as a service. And if you see advantages, there is no capital expenditure, so you need not to pay anything upfront. Okay, so until unless you go for some reservations capacity or something like that, then you need not to pay anything normally, like on demand you need not to pay. For reservations obviously you has to pay upfront, but that is not concept over here. Okay, like agility, applications can be made accessible quickly and deprovisioned whenever needed. So like whenever you need you can take, whenever you don't need you can deprovision them immediately. It's a consumption based model, so organization pay only for what they use and operate under the operational expenditure model. So which we had seen, like operational expenditure is just like your postpaid bill. Within 1 month you will talk like that and you will pay after 1 month, like that. Same thing, like you will use this a cloud resource for 1 month and you will pay that bill after 1 month, like your postpaid bill. Skills, no deep technical knowledge, because are required to deploy, use and gain benefits of the public cloud. So that is about public cloud. Organization can be leverage the skills and expertise of the cloud providers to ensure workloads are, so they need to take care of the security, safety and highly available. So cloud benefits, if you see, organization can leverage the skills and expertise of the cloud providers to ensure workloads are made secure and highly available. Those people will take care. And if you see disadvantages, there is more management work, because you are responsible for everything. Okay, that's why the management tasks are very high. The shared responsibility model applies, so the user manages and maintain the service they had provisioned, and cloud service managers and maintain the cloud infrastructure. They will take care of the cloud infrastructure, but you need to take care of your application services, everything. So that's about. And if you see platform as a service, so you can have a same benefits considered as a infrastructure as a service with additional benefits. Here also there is no upfront. Agility is more agile than, it is more flexible than infrastructure as a service, because some tasks are taken care by the cloud service provider itself. Okay, in platform as a service you need not to apply any operating system patches and all. Okay, they will take care or they will apply. Okay, so that's why you have some advantages compared to the infrastructure as a service. If you see consumption based models, this is also same like infrastructure as a service. And skills, if you see, no deep technical knowledge required to deploy, use and gain benefits of the platform as a service. Just with one demo now itself you can launch platform as a service application service. Okay, like if you see, consider we can take Azure SQL database. If I just have one demo, tomorrow you yourself can launch it, right? So it's not like you need to sit for certain days and you need to learn like that. It's not like that, right? So that's why they had given this type of statements over here. You can have a cloud benefits and you can see about the what is the disadvantages. platform limitations. So like in platform as a service, what will happen, I will tell you. Like if you see, they had given, like if you go to any application, or app service is the best example in the Azure. If you go inside that, you can see like .NET will be there, Java will be there, and other programming Python languages are there. All imagine you are good in Ruby, okay, and your customer is need Ruby. So what happens if it is that platform may not be available in Azure, like in platform as a service, particularly in app services, you may not have a Ruby platform. So such type of limitations will be there in the platform as well. Just for an example, I am telling, okay. So today Java is applicable. For suppose that Java is not there, then it comes to limitation, right? So that's why they had given this as a disadvantages. There may be some limitations to a cloud platform that affects how an application runs. Okay, any limitations should be taken into consideration when considering. So whenever you are going to select platform as a service, you must ensure that whether it is suitable to your requirement or not, you need to check it before, okay, for your workload. If you see software as a service, this is common and we are very familiar with, like Office 365 or email or calendar. Such type of applications are deployed as a software as a service. If it is centrally hosted and managed for the end customers. For you, some people will work, some people will deploy, some people will develop it. Everything is taken care by them, and you are just an end user. You are going to use it. It is usually based on the architecture where one version of the application is used for the all the customers and licensed through a monthly or annual subscription. As you know, Office 365 is also having same a monthly or annual subscription. It's all up to the subscriptions like Netflix, if you see, and if you see that Hotstar, everything they have a yearly subscriptions, right? Same thing. So if you see advantages, you can see there is user don't have to pay upfront, cost is not there, ability. This is for infrastructure, not for any sort of I mean, like I am paying $3.99 for my Hotstar. Why you are telling there is no? It's not like this. For infrastructure, not for the service they are providing. And next one is agility. User can provide staff with access to latest software quickly and deploy. So whenever there is update, like if you see the banking applications, they usually change it and they give you the updated version, and they keep on pushing you like to update the latest version. Pay as you go pricing model, you can see that you are aware of this also, like how much ever you consume, you are going to pay for that, whether it may be a monthly or yearly based on the software. Okay, flexibility, user can access the same application data from anywhere. Like if you see Gmail, you can open in India or you can open in US, the data will remain, you can access from anywhere, right? Like that you can have an example like Netflix or something, until unless there is some content country restrictions on that content, then you may not see, but it is always available to you. That is what about. So if you see, they had just given one small note, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, has each contain different levels of managed services. You can easily use a combination of this type of infrastructure. You can use Office 365 on your company's computer, SaaS, so in Azure. So you could host your virtual machine infrastructure as a service, and so this is just like you are combining one service and another. Okay, so you take a one virtual machine which is a infrastructure as a, inside that you can able to install Azure SQL. Okay, right? That's the platform as well. Like that you can make use of this different cloud services. Okay, I hope this help you. Thank you.